Hello, in this video I'd like to go over how you go about adding new users into your Worldox system. So I'm going to start off in WD Admin and we're going to go into users, and then that'll get us into our current user list. Once we're in the user list, what we're going to do is import those users from Active Directory. So before you add the users to Worldox, first you want to make sure that you've added them into Active Directory users and computers in your Windows domain so that they're available for import into Worldox. Now we'll just pull down the network menu and we have an import user submenu and we'll select that. This will list all the users that currently are not in Worldox but it's finding in Active Directory. So depending on the number of users that you see in this list will depend on your environment. If you're a small law firm or a medium-sized law firm and you just have your employees in there and you've already added most of them to Worldox, you'll see a small list here. If let's say you happen to be the general counsel or legal department of a large corporation, you may see users in this list from other departments within your corporation, and then you'll have to filter through those to select the users from your department to add them. But right from here, I have my list of users that are listed in Windows, and I have these two users right here that I need to add to my Worldox system. So I'm just going to check the two boxes next to them and hit select. The two checked, OK. And that's imported those users into Worldox. Now one thing I want to point out here is notice there's no email address listed currently. And that's fine if you're just running Worldox GX4 Professional, but if your site's also using Worldox Web, you will need the user's email address in their Worldox account because they'll need that as part of their credentials to log in. So to add their email address, I'll simply highlight the user, hit the edit button, and down here on the email address line, I'll type in their email address and save that, and now you see their email address is there. So once again, same thing for this other user that I just added, or any other users that are currently in here that will need to be using Worldox Web. You just edit them, add their email address, and that's in there. Now another way that you can add users to Worldox is by using the add button. So if I type in or click on the add button, I can just type in their user code that they log on to Windows with and then click on the next button to go forward. So I start typing it finds a match, I can select it from there, click next. It'll automatically populate this, and at this point I can just hit save. Now once again, if they're going to be using Worldox Web, then we'll go ahead and edit this. Make sure we put in their valid email address. And then save that. And then at this point, we've added the user to Worldox, and they're going to get whatever permissions are assigned through the Everyone group and group security. So this may be the last thing you have to do, but if you have a scenario where you have, let's say, cabinets assigned to different departments, for example, let's say you have an accounting cabinet, and only the accounting group is allowed access to that accounting cabinet. And one of these new hires that we just onboarded into the system is going to be working in the accounting department. Then you'd have one more step that you'd need to do in setting that user up in Worldox. So in this case, I'll go into group security, and in group security, I have my accounting group, which has access to the accounting cabinet. Now, one of the new employees that we just onboarded into the system, Joe, is going to be working in the accounting department. So we're going to select Joe, add Joe to the list of accounting users, and then save the changes. Now when Joe logs in and starts Worldox, Joe will have access to that accounting cabinet because you also not only added him to the Worldox as a user, but you added him to that accounting group. So just keep that in mind if you have that type of scenario. at your location where you've put security on different cabinets and you need to allow users to those cabinets via membership to a group. So that's what I wanted to cover in here, is how you would import the users from Active Directory, or how you could use the add button to add a user to Worldox admin.